Hello students, teachers, parents, history nerds, hello everybody, and welcome to Nutshelled History, where we lay out the facts, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Today, we are going to continue our medieval, early modern world history series by looking at the revival of towns and trade. Don't forget that there's a link for a fill-in-the-blank worksheet in the description. I just ask that you like and subscribe. I apologize for any mispronunciations ahead of time. I do my best. Okay, let's revive some towns and trade. By the 1000s, European towns were growing richer as trade increased. The increase in trade was brought about in part by better ways of farming. What were the new ways of farming? Between 1000 and 1300, Europe's population grew steadily. This growth was supported by an increase in food supplies that resulted from important improvements in farming. Farmers began using a new type of iron plow. The iron blades helped farmers grow food on more land. Farmers also began using faster-moving horses instead of oxen to pull the new plows. New types of harnesses enabled horses to do more work. New methods of crop rotation, or changing the use of fields over time, helped increase farm output. How did trade and industry increase? As population and wealth increased, people began to demand more and different goods. The demand for goods encouraged specialization and long-distance trade. People began to trade surplus crops for other people's surplus crops and goods. Different regions began to specialize in producing certain goods efficiently. New banking methods enabled merchants to do business with faraway customers without carrying cash, encouraging long-distance trade. Contact with other regions introduced Europeans to desirable, previously unavailable products. Towns grow and spread. Throughout history, trade has always been centered in cities and towns where people gather to exchange goods. As trade revived in Europe, older towns began to grow and new towns sprang up. By the 1200s, Europe's towns had become bustling centers of trade. Skilled craft workers of certain types banded together in guilds. For example, there was a guild for hat makers and one for bakers. The guilds played an important role in growing trade. They helped make sure the quality of goods was high. They helped set prices and controlled where and to whom people could sell certain goods. Generally, medieval towns were beyond the control of feudal lords. As a result, they represented new freedom and a path to prosperity for Europe's peasants. Many peasants left their manors, weakening the feudal system. Alrighty now, let's have a quick recap. By the 1000s, European farmers were leveling up their game, ditching slowpoke oxen for turbocharged horses and wielding iron plows like medieval farming ninjas. With these new farming hacks, food production boomed and so did the population. Suddenly, everyone wanted fancy goods, so long-distance trade took off faster than you can say guild-approved hat. Towns became the hot new hangouts, with merchants, bakers, and hat makers forming guilds that controlled everything from prices to pastry quality. Peasants started fleeing their manors like it was a medieval reality show, leaving feudal lords wondering where all the serfs went. There you have it, folks. That is the revival of towns and trade. Ed Nutshell. Thanks for stopping by Nutshelled History. Revive me out of my slump by smashing those like and subscribe buttons. Let me know how hard you smashed them in the comments down below. See y'all next time on Nutshelled History.